I hate losing just as much as any human being on the face of this earth. But I couldn't be more proud of the group. I'm more proud of you for what you did out there than for you winning a regular season championship. Because when your back was against the wall, and you could have folded, and you could have quit, and you could have threw it in and been like, man, damn, we just can't do it. You fought. Then you fought some more. And then you fought some more. And then you fought some more. And that's what men do. That performance let me know that myself and these coaches have done what we're supposed to do to prepare you for the real world. That's not about basketball. Because everybody has to hang this jersey up sooner or later. Whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, Father Time waits for no man. And when you hang that basketball up, that jersey up, you have to be secure within yourself to go out here in this world and fight. Because when you're down 15 in the real world and you're unemployed, them bills going to continue to come through that mailbox. That car note is still due. That baby still got to eat. The other babies still need diapers. Daycare still must be paid. And it's no time to fight. You still have to, it's no time to give yourself up. You still have to continue to fight yourself through. I'm proud because they had to give their best effort to beat us. They shot 50% from the field. We don't let no team shoot 50% from the field. They were 50% from the three-point line. And they missed 2 free throws all night. They had to play damn near a perfect game to beat you. They had to play damn near a perfect game to beat you. At the end of the day, we had the best players on the floor. And y'all have to believe that. I knew that coming in. But hell, it ain't worth nothing for me to believe it because I can't go out there and do anything. Now you know, it's not about the jersey. It's not about the name on the front of the chest. Today ain't St. Patrick's Day. Today was Valentine's Day for y'all. Because I needed to see your heart. I needed to see what was under this left shirt pocket. And you came out and produced in front of a nation of millions. You got lost. You probably forgot you was even on the television. But you got lost and you competed. And you represented yourselves, your families, and this university like no other. And I can live with that. I can live with that. We made mistakes up here. But right here, we were all aboard. And when you're here and you're all aboard and you fight, you can beat ACC teams. You can compete with ACC teams. You can compete with anyone in the nation. And damn it, that's the standard at North Carolina Central. Period. I'm proud of you. I love you to pieces. I hate this speech this time of year because this is the speech where the seniors, it's over. And it don't kick in tonight. It don't kick in tomorrow. It kicks in next week when you say, damn, we ain't got practice. And then it really kicks in when you leave and you can't swipe your ID and go in the cafe and eat for free no more. Then it really kicks in when you got to ask yourself, what am I going to do next in my life? And that's a question that every man has to pose to himself. And you'll be okay. You always have a family. You always have a support system. And you always have me. But you've been prepared and ready-made to go out there and face that real world. And to me, as a coach, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. You got the family right here. What you guys have done this year, I'm going to be completely honest. Nobody thought you could do it. In the reality, you didn't think you could do it. And we stuck together and we fought ourselves through. And slowly, one day, after one day, we started believing in one another. You were turning, guys. The standard is way up there now. And now, are you going to be the group that dropped the ball? Because this group ain't dropping. So it's gut check time. And you have to continue to better yourself. Seniors, I'm extremely proud of you. I love you like you're my own. All right? That effort, that's me. That performance was nothing but fight. And that's the only thing that's going to get you through in life, bro. Proud of you. I love you. It's not shocking to me. It may be shocking to many, but I spend every day with those guys. And You know, they believe in themselves, and we believe in each other, and we understand that collectively, once you do that, you can take on the world. And we fell short tonight, but I thought we needed one more minute. But hats off to Miami. I don't even remember the 2 free throws they missed. I just needed them to miss one, or just maybe 2. But, you know, they made them when they counted and made significant plays down the stretch. And it was a great game, and we would like to thank the NIT for having us because it exposed us to possibilities outside of our world and also the NCAA, and our guys were extremely grateful to participate in this tournament, as you could probably tell.
Given what you just said about personal adversities and things your kids have faced off the court, did you anticipate there being any trouble? I mean, obviously you want to be somewhere else than here, but did you think your kids would have any trouble getting up for this?
I did. Our practices prior to this were the worst practices I had ever seen in my life. And we went twice yesterday. Well, was it yesterday? Yeah, we went twice yesterday. We practiced at school, and it was like a morgue. It was, you know, they were in their feelings. And, you know, sometimes when you're in your feelings, I got to be that guy to come in and snatch them out, which I don't mind doing. I guess that's my job. And I said, listen, we're not going to be the person that's in a relationship that our mate broke up with us and we walked to the top of the Empire State Building begging and pleading for them to come back. You get over it. And that's the first law of manhood. No one cares about your feelings, and no one cares about your problems. If anything, they're glad you have them. So, you know, let's get 2 hours of practice. Let's get this out your system and step up, because I can assure you Miami does not care about North Carolina Central losing in their conference tournament. And it probably took one elbow to the chest for them to realize that, and they woke up.
What changed for Jordan after halftime? Was it something that you said to him at half, or was it something that he found within himself, or was it something they were doing?
It was them. You know, Jordan don't see that length and athleticism every single day, you know, and he just somewhat had to adjust to it. And I told him it was kind of similar to my kids when they go to their relative's house. When they walk in and the relatives has kids, like they're kind of shy at first. They're looking around, they're peeping the scene and everything, and then 30 minutes into it, they're tearing the house up because now they're comfortable. And that's what Jordan was doing. He was just sizing them up and measuring them and seeing where he could take advantage. And I just told him, let's be more aggressive. Let's not leave bullets in the gun, man, talking about couldas, shouldas, and wouldas. And that's the only time I had to tell him. So he kind of found his way and found his opportunities to attack.
Your leader is known as a passer first, but he had a big first half scoring the ball.
Yeah.
Why was that?
He can score. He can score. He just, you know, in our offense, he you know, being the point, he likes to get others involved. And this was a game where, you know, he just had to set, whoever was going to be the first one out the gate to settle us down had to do that, regardless of who it was. And he just took advantage of his opportunities, and he hit some big shots. I think they jumped out 11-3. And he made some plays to stop the bleeding and allowed everyone else to gain some time and weather the storm to get comfortable.
These problems that you talked about, these personal issues, were they earlier in the season or more recent?
They were earlier in the season. You know, Anthony McDonald, you know, this is a kid from Mississippi who never experienced Tobacco Road life. And, you know, our first game of the year, we're playing North Carolina. Every kid wants to play for North Carolina or play against them. And his sister's on the way to the airport to come see him, and she gets killed in a car wreck. And the kid stays up. I mean, I told him to go home right then, and he said, no, Coach, I want to play because I know she would have wanted me to play. And Jordan Park's mother was going through some issues last year, and, you know, Jeremiah Ingram's girlfriend got in a car wreck, and she was in a car. Like, it's all types of things, not to mention the everyday struggles of a young man on a college life. And, you know, for them to continue to respond, you know, that's what it's about for me. So I told them throughout this game, they showed me and allowed me to have solace in the fact that they learned what I wanted them to learn through our program, and that's to be men and go out in this real world and fight.
Miami talked about the 1-3-1, gave him a lot of trouble. Can you talk about how effective that was for you?
We were just throwing the kitchen sink at them at the time. Like it was, we intended to play every defense we had known to man because they were bigger, faster, and stronger. And if you just give them one solid look, they'll shred you apart. And I honestly just cut the tape off of them. I saw them play Duke and just annihilate them and Cameron, and I just cut the tape off. And I said, look, we're just going to do what we do, and we'll play a defense, and every 2 possessions we'll switch it up. And then the 1-3-1 kind of stuck. And our 1-3-1 is really different, so it's not a typical 1-3-1. You know, we have some different slides and different movements, and I thought it kept them on their heels. And we fouled late in the shot clock, and that kind of bailed them out a little bit. But I thought we did an excellent job of playing that defense.
Coach, you were asked about parts of the Hilliard, but also talking about McDonald and Jabara, the games that they put out for their final games as seniors. You know,
Anthony didn't perform up to his standards. You know, it's tough for him because he's a 6'1" guard. And in our league, that's okay. But now, when you're playing ACC teams, those guys are 6'4" and 6'5", so he has the most difficult matchup there is. And I think Miami knew that. They tried to expose. So we was trying to go offense for defense with him and Jeremiah as much as we could and get some length on the floor and some athleticism to kind of weather the storm and prevent them from rebounding the basketball. I told them in the first half, our first shot defense was good. It's the second shot defense. They had 7 offensive rebounds, and they were shooting 40, 50%. And, you know, that's uncharacteristic for us, but something has to give when you're playing against people that's bigger, faster, and stronger than you.
And also talk about KJ, him being a 4-year player playing his final game for the Maroon and Gray.
My heart went out to that kid. I just had a conversation with him, and I just thanked him because he made me look a lot better than I actually am. And he's the smartest kid I ever coached. And, you know, you've been with us, so you know I don't really judge or assess KJ off his stat sheet. He can go out there and just his presence alone is what we need, and his spirit and his energy. He did an outstanding job leading this basketball team. And I told them to keep their head up. The truth of the matter is, you know, no one expected them to do what they do or did what they did. Like, no one expected that team to go 16-0. And you're looking at a team that's playing without their best post player, that's playing without their backup point guard who got a broken foot, and we just had to find a way. And it's tough for them to receive the proper respect. You know, there was so much being said about, you know, Central's not deserving of an NCAA bid, and you know, they're flukes, and it's unfortunate that you can spend 5 or 6 months working to establish a body of work and no one cares except for one day in the tournament. And I was like, where else do they do that at? You know, I didn't marry my wife because she bought me flowers one day. She had to prove to me for 2 years, and I'm sure I had to do the same. And I told the guys, don't hold their heads down. And we're just continuing to fight for respect. We understand where we are. We understand it's Tobacco Road, and we know those other schools are there. And I told them, you know, the reality is where we are is like the Kardashians, and we're not Kim. You know, so we're the, I don't know the other girl name, but I mean, y'all can help me with that one, but we're the other ones, you know, with no disrespect, but we're the other ones. So we got to fight because we got Kim and I think it's Chloe and somebody, yeah. I forgot the last girl's name. Yeah, and then you got the Jenner girls, so it's tough, but we, you know, we're struggling. We're robbed right now. We're fighting for our respect, for people to notice us, man, and you know, that's what it's about. So I hope we prove to America that, you know, North Carolina Central, we're not a HBCU, we're a Division I basketball team.
They were going to get the best game, and I think we gave it to them. And at the end of the day, I think they had to play their best game to beat us. So it's bittersweet. I'm happy that, you know, I learned who I was today and who my teammates were, and we leaving the program to a bunch of good guys.
After the Delaware State loss, you guys, it was like a Morgan there. What was the feeling like in the locker room this time around?
It wasn't as emotional because I think everyone feels, you know, that they did what they needed to do, and although it didn't turn out how we would have liked it to, it just that shows that, like I said, hard work pays off, and I think that today the nation will know that, you know, NC Central is not a program nor a group of guys to be reckoned with, and wherever we go, we're going to try to make our imprint.
Talk about the 1-3-1 and the press at the end really gave him a lot of trouble. Did you
you feel like you just ran out of time because that was working for you guys?
Did we run out of time? Not really. We had plenty of time. You know, we made a 2-point game. It was about a minute or so left, and it just came down to free throws. We made free throws, they made free throws, and we needed them to miss, but they didn't. So it was a good game, and hats off to them.